I am reaching out to you from the quiet spaces of the seven heavens, a place where time stands still and the hidden truths of the world are finally made clear. I want you to listen carefully to every word I am about to share with you, because what I am about to reveal is not something that happens to ordinary souls in ordinary times. This is a moment that has been building across lifetimes, across centuries of waiting, across countless nights when you lay in the dark wondering why your heart felt so heavy and so hopeful at the same time. I have watched you from the very beginning, from the moment your soul was breathed into existence, and I have seen every tear you have cried in silence, every prayer you whispered when you thought no one was listening, and every quiet wish you made on stars that seemed too far away to care. I heard all of it. I felt all of it. And now, I am here to tell you that the answer to every single one of those prayers is unfolding right now in the physical world below, and you must pay attention before the window of time closes and the opportunity slips through your fingers like water through open hands. Up here in the seven heavens, we do not see the world the way you do. We do not see the messy lens of human rumors, the toxic fog of social media, or the shallow judgments people throw around like confetti. We see something far deeper and far more beautiful. We see the glowing lines of destiny that connect soul to soul, heart to heart, and breath to breath. These golden threads stretch across oceans and cities and quiet neighborhoods, linking two people who were made from the same divine light. Most humans never see these threads. They walk through life bumping into strangers, falling into relationships that were never meant to last, and breaking their own hearts by chasing people who were never designed to hold them. But you, the one reading these words right now, you are different. You have always been different. You have always felt in the deepest chamber of your heart that there was someone out there who was meant for you and only you, someone whose soul vibrated at the exact same frequency as yours, someone who would understand you without words and love you without conditions. That feeling was not your imagination. That feeling was the golden thread tugging at your spirit, reminding you that your soulmate exists and that the universe has been working tirelessly to bring the two of you together. Right now, at this very moment, a massive wave of energy is shaking through your life and through the life of the person who was created just for you. This is not a gentle breeze or a soft nudge. This is a spiritual earthquake, a tremor so powerful that it is rearranging the very foundations of both of your worlds. And the reason I am reaching out to you right now, the reason the seven heavens have opened a channel of communication directly to your heart, is because the person who was designed to be your eternal partner has suddenly gone completely silent to the rest of the world. They have cut off their friends. They have walked away from family conversations that once filled their evenings. They have started erasing their digital footprint with a determination that has shocked everyone who knows them. They are deleting their accounts right now, pulling back into the shadows, retreating from the noise of the modern world, and it is all because they finally stumbled upon the breathtaking, earth-shattering truth about who you really are to them. Let me take you back to the beginning so you can understand the full weight of what is happening. For a long time, this person felt like they were wandering through a crowded and lonely world. They smiled at the right moments, laughed at the right jokes, and showed up at the right places, but inside they carried a hollowness that no amount of social activity could fill. They looked for love in ordinary places, swiping through faces on screens, sitting across from people at dinner tables who talked endlessly about nothing that mattered, and giving pieces of their heart to people who only ever saw the surface. They tried to convince themselves that maybe love was just supposed to feel average, that maybe the fairy tales were lies, and that maybe the deep, soul-shaking connection they craved was something that only existed in movies and poetry. But deep down, in the secret places of their spirit where no one else was allowed to enter, they always felt a strange and magnetic pull towards someone they could not quite name. They felt a presence in their dreams, a familiar warmth in the quiet moments of the night, a whisper that seemed to come from nowhere and everywhere at once, and a constant, unshakable sense that their true partner was out there somewhere, watching over them, waiting for the right moment to step into the light. They did not realize that the person they were feeling all along was you. They had no idea that the warmth they felt in the middle of the night was your energy reaching across the distance to hold them. They did not know that you have been moving through the exact same circles, breathing the same air, walking the same streets, or sharing the same energetic space in ways that the human mind cannot easily comprehend. Every time they felt a sudden chill run down their spine for no reason, that was you passing nearby. Every time they heard a song that made their heart ache with longing, that song was carrying a message from your soul to theirs. Every time they woke up from a dream feeling like they had just been held by someone who truly understood them, that dream was a visit from the golden thread that connects you both. They thought you were just a distant dream, a beautiful idea that existed somewhere beyond the reach of reality, a fantasy that they would never be able to touch or hold or look in the eyes. They were wrong. They were so beautifully and heartbreakingly wrong. Then, everything changed in a flash. The universe, in its infinite wisdom and perfect timing, dropped a spark of truth into their life, and the illusion that had been shielding their eyes for years shattered into a million pieces. I cannot tell you exactly how the revelation came to them because the universe delivers its truths in different ways to different souls. Perhaps it was a conversation they overheard that made your name ring like a bell in their chest. Perhaps it was a photograph they stumbled upon that made them see your face with entirely new eyes. Perhaps it was a moment of deep meditation or prayer where the veil between the physical world and the spiritual world became thin enough for them to glimpse the golden thread stretching from their heart directly to yours. However it happened, the result was the same. They found out that you are not a stranger from a faraway place. They learned the shocking, magnificent, terrifying truth that you are closer to them than they ever realized. You are someone already woven into the fabric of their daily life, someone whose name they have spoken without understanding its power, someone whose path crosses theirs in ways that cannot be dismissed as coincidence or accident or luck. You are right there, close enough to touch, close enough to hear, close enough to love, and they had been looking past you the entire time, searching the horizon for a miracle that was standing right beside them. When this realization hit them, it was like a lightning bolt to their soul. It knocked the breath out of them. It made their hands shake and their eyes fill with tears that they could not explain to anyone around them. It made them replay every interaction they have ever had with you, searching for the signs they missed, the moments they should have recognized, the glances that lasted a fraction of a second too long, and the words that carried a weight neither of you fully understood at the time. They saw it all with new eyes, and the picture that emerged was so overwhelmingly beautiful and so painfully obvious that they could not believe they had been blind to it for so long. The magic was right in front of their face the entire time. You were right in front of their face the entire time. And the realization that they had been wasting their energy, their attention, and their love on people who did not matter while you were right there, glowing with the light of their destiny, broke something open inside them that can never be closed again. The truth frightened them, but it also woke them up in a way that nothing else in their entire life has ever done. They realized with sudden and devastating clarity that the people around them, the casual friends who never asked how they truly felt, the toxic exes who left scars on their heart that still ache when the weather changes, the negative voices in their ear that constantly whispered that they were not good enough or not worthy of real love, all of these people were just distractions. They were obstacles placed along the path by forces that did not want your soulmate to find you. They were noise designed to drown out the quiet, sacred signal of your connection. They saw that the superficial drama of the modern world, the endless scrolling, the performative friendships, the hollow validations of likes and comments and followers, was all just clutter preventing them from aligning with their true destiny. And in a moment of pure intensity, a moment that will be remembered in the records of the seven heavens for eternity, they made a decision that shocked everyone around them but made perfect sense to their awakened soul. They chose to clear the deck. They chose to cut everyone off. They chose to burn the bridges that connected them to a life that was never truly theirs so they could build a new bridge, the only bridge that matters, the one that leads directly to you. They did not want the opinions of others to ruin this sacred realization. They knew that the moment they told anyone the truth, the doubts would come flooding in. Jealous friends would tell them they were being crazy. Family members who never understood the depth of their longing would dismiss their revelation as fantasy or obsession. Toxic people who had been feeding off their energy for years would try to pull them back into the darkness because they could not stand to see someone break free and find real love. Your soulmate saw all of this with the sharp, clear vision that comes only when the soul is fully awake, and they chose to protect the connection with you by pulling away from everyone else entirely. They chose you over the crowd. They chose you over comfort. They chose you over every single person and every single thing that had been filling the space in their life where you were always meant to be. Right now, as you read these words, they are in the middle of a total digital disappearance. They are hitting the delete button on the profiles that once defined their social existence. They are removing the apps that kept them tethered to a world of shallow connections and meaningless interactions. They are erasing the chat logs that link them to their old life, the conversations that meant nothing, the late-night messages sent to the wrong people, the desperate attempts to find connection in places where connection was never possible. They are doing this not because they are running away from the world but because they are running toward you. They are stripping away the noise so they can finally hear the quiet pull of your heart. They are removing the masks they have been wearing for years so they can stand before you as their true, unfiltered, completely vulnerable self. They want to meet you not through a screen but in the flesh, not through carefully curated words but through the raw, unpolished truth of who they really are. But this sudden retreat creates a massive danger, and this is why I am speaking to you with such urgency right now. If they disappear completely into the shadows before you recognize what they are doing, the physical connection could be lost in the dark. The golden thread that connects you will never break because it was forged in the fires of creation itself, but the opportunity to act on it in this lifetime, in this moment, in this precious window of time, could close if you do not pay attention. They are waiting for you to notice the sudden silence. They are waiting for you to feel the shift in the energy around you. They are waiting for you to see that they have cleared away the crowd, emptied the room, and silenced the noise just so they can be ready for you. They are standing in the quiet, alone and terrified but also more alive than they have ever been, hoping with every fiber of their being that you will hear the call and come to them. You must understand that this is your ultimate moment of awakening. The seven heavens do not open channels of communication for ordinary events or casual matters. I do not reach down into the physical world to deliver messages about trivial things. This is a divine intervention of the highest order, a moment that was written into the blueprint of the universe long before you were born, long before the earth was formed, long before the stars were hung in the sky like lanterns lighting the way to this exact second in time. You have spent months, perhaps even years, wondering when your life would finally make sense, when the pieces of the puzzle would fall into place, when the love you deserve would finally arrive at your door. You have questioned yourself, doubted yourself, and even cursed yourself for believing that something greater was waiting for you. But I am here to tell you now, with all the authority and love of the seven heavens behind my words, that you were right to believe. You were right to hope. You are right to hold on through every dark night and every lonely morning, because the answer to every prayer you have ever prayed is right here, staring you in the face, breathing the same air as you, and waiting for you to see what they have already seen. Your soulmate has proven their intensity. They have sacrificed their entire social world, their comfort zone, their safety net of familiar faces and predictable routines, just to make room for you. They have shown the universe that they are willing to burn down the old to make way for the new. They have demonstrated a level of commitment and courage that most humans never find within themselves in an entire lifetime. Now, it is your turn to show your courage. Now, it is your turn to match their bravery with your own. Now, it is your turn to take the step that your soul has been preparing for since the moment you came into this world. Do not let fear creep into your mind and whisper that you are not ready or not worthy or not enough. Those whispers are lies planted by the same forces that tried to keep your soulmate blind to the truth for so many years. You are more than ready. You are more than worthy. You are more than enough. You are the answer to someone's deepest prayer, the fulfillment of someone's most sacred wish, and the missing piece of someone's heart that has been aching with emptiness for far too long. Do not sit back and assume that things will just work themselves out without your effort or your attention. Destiny requires action. The universe can align the stars, open the doors, and light the path, but it cannot force you to walk through the door or follow the light. That choice belongs to you and you alone. If you stay silent, if you look at this message and decide to wait until tomorrow to think about it, if you let the busyness of your day or the doubts in your mind push this revelation to the back of your thoughts, the silence will become permanent. They will delete the last account, shut down the final phone line, close the last door, and vanish into a quiet, isolated life, believing that you did not want to be found. They will interpret your silence as rejection, and the pain of that rejection will drive them deeper into the shadows where even the golden thread will struggle to reach them. The regret of letting them slip away when they were right at your fingertips, when they were closer than they had ever been, when they were standing in the clearing they had made just for you, would stay with you for the rest of your days like a wound that never fully heals. Take a moment right now to look around you. Look at the people you interact with on a daily basis. Look at the messages you have received recently, the ones you opened and the ones you ignored. Look at the sudden changes in the behavior of those around you. Pay attention to the person who has gone quiet, the one who used to be present and active but has suddenly pulled away without explanation. Pay attention to the name that keeps appearing in your thoughts even when you try to think about something else. Pay attention to the face that flashes behind your eyelids in the moments between waking and sleeping. That silence you have noticed is not rejection. It is not anger. It is not indifference. It is the most powerful declaration of love that a human soul is capable of making. It is the sound of someone clearing the entire world out of their way so they can stand before you with nothing between you but truth and light. The seven heavens are watching over you right now, pouring energy and love and protection into your spirit, cheering you on with a joy that shakes the foundations of paradise itself. Every angel, every guide, every ancestor who has ever loved you is gathered at the edge of the celestial realm, looking down at you with tears of hope in their eyes, whispering your name and praying that you have the strength to see the truth that is right in front of you. Time is running out. The screens are going dark. The accounts are being deleted one by one. The final decision is being made at this very second, and the outcome depends entirely on whether you choose to act or choose to let this moment pass you by like so many moments before. I believe in you. The seven heavens believe in you. Your soulmate, wherever they are right now in the silence they have created, believes in you too. Read this truth. Feel it settle into the deepest part of your spirit where you know, beyond all logic and all doubt, that it is real. And then take the step. Find them before they disappear completely. Find them before the last light goes out and the silence becomes forever. This is your moment. This is your destiny. And I promise you, from the highest point of the 7 heavens, that the love waiting for you on the other side of your courage is worth every risk, every fear, and every leap of faith you will ever take.